where he operates and where he performs his examinations and gives results. So the basic qualification for pathologist is in MBBS from recognized institute that is recognized by Medical Council of India. With that, he should have an additional qualification in pathology, either degree or diploma, and he should have valid registration with State Medical Council or Medical Council of India. So these three requisites are there to say himself as a consulting pathologist or valid pathologist. All rest are not pathologists. The role of technician always confused by society, by doctors, and by the persons who don't accept this role of pathologist is they can work independently or they can work under the surgeon or physician. But exact role of technician is to work under close supervision of pathologist only. He is supposed to work under supervision of pathologist to follow the definitive protocol and to assist the pathologist. This is the role of technician. Our physician, we go back to regulations 2002. The physician is supposed to render service to the humanity with full respect and dignity of profession and man. This is very important. And he should merit the confidence of patient. He should practice the methods of healing founded on the scientific basis and should not associate professionally with anyone who violates this principle. So, the illegal pathology laboratories, unauthentic pathology laboratories, unethical pathology laboratories who are existing in the society. So, physician is not supposed to be associated with such a laboratories, and he should refer his patients to only to authentic laboratory, only to qualified pathologist and registered pathologist. Regulatory authorities are there to prevent this thing. The main is anti-packery committee. There is anti-packery committee. The persons who are not registered in any of the pathy or any of the and still practicing medicine, but our state government is not ready to accept that this is a practice of medicine. This is a mere testing of blood and urine. We can't do for that, and state government and this anti-packery committee is not ready to accept that performing tests on blood and urine amounts to medical practice. Or medical councils can act by both ways. One is the pathologists who are in practice but doing malpractices, signing at multiple places, signing in absentia. That registrations can be cancelled and disciplinary actions can be taken. And second thing is the doctors who are patronizing illegal laboratories, patronizing unethical laboratories. The disciplinary actions can be taken against that doctors also. Consumer forums are there. In one of the consumer forum, we have found that one technician has given a wrong report and the case has gone to consumer forum. But consumer forum didn't think that whether the report was wrong or not. But they have concluded that that person is not allowed to do that test. He is not allowed to sign that report, and still he has signed that report. That is where he went wrong, and a fine of 5 lakh rupees was rewarded to him for that. And further, they say that we refrain him from practicing such a thing in future also. Or district collector and SDM also can initiate actions under CRPC 133 if some entity is hazardous to the society, it is a public health hazard. They can seal that place, they can remove that from the system outside. So these are the roles of regulatory. Second, patients, organizations, media, they should create awareness among the patients. What is today's situation in our India is most of the patients don't know who is pathologist and where to go for the investigation. If he goes to physician and physician asks for certain investigation, the first question of the patient is that, sir, हे कुठं करून घेऊ? कुठं जाऊ blood test करायला? And physician takes the advantage of that thing only. and directs him biasly. So this is the main scenario where the role of this patient healthcare organizations and civil societies should work, media should work. Patient as a consumer can complain to consumer forums, that is okay, but mainly awareness of the patient. If a pathologist said, I am the qualified pathologist and you come to me, people will think that he is doing for his own business or to grow his own business. It is a high time that these societies and media should understand this problem, and they should take up the matter, and they should create some public awareness campaigns. The supportive laws for the conduct of pathology. Indian Medical Council Act clearly says that pathology is a specialty practice of modern scientific medicine, and nobody other than a specialist in pathology can practice pathology in India. Maharashtra Medical Practitioners Act, again, same thing, that EMLTs, CMLTs, MLTs, MSc, PhD, these persons are not registered to any of the medical council and they can't practice medicine. Maharashtra Medical Council Act consisted with Indian Medical Council Act 1956 or Code of Ethics Regulation 2002, Indian Medical Degrees Act, Indian Penal Code, CRPC and Consumer Protection Act. These acts are always in favor of the situations which are presented in this project. These are the supportive judgments. There are 6 High Court judgments, 4 are final, and just recently Punjab and Haryana High Court also delivered one judgment regarding the conduct of pathology. And the common line in all the documents or all the judgments is that all the judgments have directed their state governments to comply with the situation. So every court is satisfied that law is existing. Every court is satisfied that pathology practice must be done by a qualified pathologist only. DMLTs, CMLTs and other equivalents are not entitled to practice pathology. Every court has admitted this thing and laws are existing regarding this. Only thing is that state government is ignoring the thing, and High Court had directed state governments to take the compliance of these things, directed to stop and close the practice of pathology by illegal and unethical persons. So there is a judgment from Bombay High Court, 2 judgments from Bombay High Court, one is from Allahabad High Court, one is from Madhya Pradesh High Court, one is from Andhra Pradesh High Court, one is from Gujarat High Court, and one is from Punjab and Haryana High Court, and one Supreme Court judgment is there also, in which a person who was MSc and PhD in medical biochemistry and was appointed as a teacher in MCI recognized medical college, and he happened to be a HOD of the biochemistry department also. But when he started pathology laboratory after retirement, the court prevented him from doing so because his basic qualification is not MBBS, he is not registered to any medical council, and that's why he cannot practice medicine in future. There are again supportive documents also. It is a list of documents and it is out of scope of this time limit to explore all the documents. But there are MCI directives, there are affidavits filed by Medical Council of India in various high courts. In every high court, Medical Council of India and State Medical Council is one of the respondents of that case. And in all cases, Medical Council of India and State Medical Councils have filed affidavits in favor of pathologists, or whatever the law is there is in favor of pathologists. The directives from State Medical Councils, we have opinions from the ministry. I can show you some of the documents from that. And opinions from medical legal experts are there, and individual case studies are there. We will review some of the documents. This is the very first document from where our activity started. The date goes back to 2002. A one-line statement from Medical Council of India that I am directed to convey that practice of specialty of pathology cannot be permitted to DMLTs. And what should be done to prevent that? Again, Medical Council of India directed that state government should form a red party and lodge FIR against such a person who are practicing pathology without valid registration and valid qualifications. This is when our state government is not agreeing that pathology is a part of medical practice, and they referred that matter to Central Government Health Ministry, and the reply of Central Government Health Ministry was, this issue was previously studied in our ministry, and experts were of the opinion that technicians are not entitled to practice pathology independently. They provide assistance in conducting tests to the pathologist, just specifically mentioned pathologist and laboratory physicians, not other physicians or surgeons, and work under care guidance. The pathologists are also part of process of diagnosis, as while reporting he provides final diagnosis while considering and correlating clinical details. This is the opinion of Central Health Ministry, Central Government Health Ministry, Ministry of India. These are the parts from Medical Council of India affidavit filed in Mumbai High Court. So it says that according to Indian Medical Council Act, pathology falls within the definition of medicine under section 2G of the Indian Medical Council Act. Hence, the pathology is a branch of medicine, and practice of pathology comes within the purview of Indian Medical Council Act. To claim himself as a specialist in pathology, he has to have a special qualification in pathology, that is, either postgraduate degree or diploma in pathology. This is the affidavit filed by Medical Council of India in Bombay High Court. Again, it says that all the reasons given by state governments for its inaction in this matter are clearly untenable. And this is a Supreme Court judgment reference, where a MSc medical biochemistry person who became a professor in the Department of Biochemistry in medical college could not be considered to have basic qualification of practicing as a medical practitioner. The DMLT qualification stands on much lower footing than that of MSc biochemistry. And if a person done MSc cannot be considered to fit practice, the holders of DMLT qualification certainly cannot be considered to fit the practice. This is about the most discussed contempt petition, where the technician think that they have been given right to sign pathology documents or pathology certificates or pathology reports. And what we were doing, we were escaped from the contempt. That means we can do anything, but it is not like that. That was clause 7 only. That was para 7 only. In the para 7, they say that there is nothing. If technician is writing disclaimer that this is not a pathology report, this is only a technical analysis sheet, then if that is not a pathology report, then they are not practicing pathology, and we can't punish them under contempt act only. So that petition was limited to contempt act. Further, court had clarified that the observation made in here should not be construed and to mean that the actions of the contemners complaint of in this contempt petition are accepted to be legal by this court. Court has not accepted that actions as illegal. The legality of the actions will have to be tested in appropriate proceedings and not in the contempt petition. This is not the bench to consider that matter. That matter has to be considered somewhere else. That means we don't say whatever they are doing is legal. Very clearly, court has stated. Suffice to say, this is our Maharashtra Medical Council, thanks to Dr. Gowri and thanks to Maharashtra Medical Council again. They have clearly mentioned that what is the practice of pathology. Urine examination of urine using physical, chemical, biochemical methods amounts to practice of pathology, and that practice of pathology should be done by, or should be, that test should be performed or practice should be done by a qualified and registered pathologist only. If other persons do that practice, they can be booked under Section 33 of Maharashtra Medical Practitioners Act as a bogus one. And whatever is discussed is clinical laboratory. So again, they mentioned that clinical laboratory or pathology laboratory hai ek aside. There is no different term that clinical laboratory that exists in anything done on blood, human blood and urine to arrive at a diagnostic or prognostic conclusion is a part of pathology and pathology practice, and qualified and registered pathologist is must there for this. Again, another clarification from Maharashtra Medical Council regarding what a doctor should do about such a illegal lab. Medical Council of Maharashtra says that a medical practitioner should not cooperate with a clinical laboratory conducted by a BSc who neither has a medical qualification nor works under the supervision of medical man. Such a person by himself is not competent to assess the results obtained, as he is not directly under the control of medical council. A report submitted by him, if found incorrect, will reflect upon the medical practitioner who acts on that report. The doctor will be held guilty of negligence if doctor accepts the report and acts upon that report. Dr. Jain Naurangi, Secretary of Medical Legal Cell, IIM Pune. He also says the same thing. It is to be noted that DMLT reports are relied upon even for the preoperative checkups, or even if their reports are authenticated by otherwise well-qualified doctors. Some doctors say that I am MBBS, though I am an orthopedic surgeon, I am MBBS, I have basic knowledge about